Hey Upload, Arix here and welcome to the Titanfall beta. So I have been playing quite a lot of it lately and I thought I'd put together this video to give you some handy hints and tips that will help you get started in your very first game. No prizes for guessing that a lot of these tips centre around the Titan itself, but there are a couple of handy pilot tips as well. Now kicking it off with the Titan Rodeo. Now when you first start the game you will be a pilot and not a Titan, but that does not mean to say that you're weak and it does not mean to say you should run away from Titans. The Titan Rodeo is where you run up behind a Titan, use your double jump to jump on its back, rip open the brain casing and use your primary weapon to shoot its brain and in turn destroy the Titan. This is a really effective way to take down Titans and does a lot of damage if the Titan pilot doesn't realise you're there. What you want to make sure you do not do, however, is use your anti-Titan weapon. Every pilot is equipped with an anti-Titan weapon, which is a rocket launcher, and if you use that at close range when on the back of a Titan, it will kill you, so don't do that. Now moving on to the second point, which I like to call the friendly rodeo. Not only can you climb on the back of enemy Titans, but you can also climb on the back of your teammates' Titans. The same principle applies, you run up behind it, you double jump and you climb on the back, but instead of opening the brain casing, you instead draw out your primary weapon and you can then shoot from the shoulder of your teammate's Titan. This is great if your teammate is going up against another Titan, because obviously having you on his shoulder means you provide extra firepower. And this would be the right time to switch to your anti-Titan weapon, because from here you can fire your rockets and do a lot of damage. Now moving on to the next point, you don't always have to be on or in a Titan, you can also use it remotely. So sometimes if you climb out of your Titan, you can have it follow you and act as a really powerful guard. This is especially useful on hardpoint domination game modes, where some of the objectives you need to capture are inside buildings and obviously your Titan can't go there. So what you then do is you climb out of your Titan, jump in the building and have it patrol around outside on remote, and then it can act as your own personal bodyguard. You can also press down on the D-pad to switch it from follow mode to guard mode if you wanted to stay in one specific location. Now moving on to Titan combat. Ordinarily, when inside your Titan, you want to move around quite conservatively and try and avoid fire where possible, because obviously you can still take quite a bit of damage and obviously you don't want to lose your Titan. However, there are still times when you want to get up close and personal. When fighting enemy Titans, if you damage them enough, you will see that on screen, a black and yellow kind of hazard warning bar will appear, and that will indicate that the enemy Titan is in the doomed state. When it's in the doomed state, you can then walk up to it or dash up to it, press the melee button, and you will then punch through the enemy cockpit, grab the pilot out, and then throw him into the distance. This is a great way to finish enemy Titans because it not only saves you time, but sometimes it saves you some much needed ammo as well. But do be careful when getting up close and personal, because it does often mean that you are also in harm's way. Now finally, the last thing I want to touch on is the parkour kit. You will get some basic parkour experience in the initial training mode, but the really important thing you want to start doing is taking your parkour to the next level. Yes, you have double jump, and yes, you have wall run, and yes, you can use that to traverse the level quite simply, jump over a few obstacles, jump onto the back of a Titan, but what you can also do is really start using this to climb over slightly more difficult objects and to traverse the level a lot quicker than the rest of your team, or more importantly, the enemy team. For example, the best place to practice this is the Angel City map. Angel City is a great map to practice your parkour on because it is a really close quarters map with lots of tight alleyways, lots of close walls and plenty of room to jump from wall to wall and climb and vertically scale buildings. For example, if you're walking down an alleyway and then you look upwards, you can bounce from left to right and climb the wall almost vertically to get right to the top and potentially get the drop on some enemies that could be camping on the roof. Alternatively, you can also use your parkour to run around corners. You can run up one side of the wall and use your double jump to jump out and jump back in and then run on the second wall, and you can effectively use this to snake around a building. The most important thing with parkour is that you need to experiment. Jump into Angel City, run around for a bit, test it out and find out what works for you, but just realise there is a lot more to it than just simple double jump and wall run. And one final tip, while wall running you can actually hold the left trigger and you can use this to hang on the wall. So you can obviously hang above doorways and drop down on unsuspecting enemies. And that just about wraps it up for this video. Hopefully you found it helpful, and more importantly, hopefully you learned something new. Be sure to check back on Upload every single day for a brand new video and a brand new breakdown. I'm going to be taking a look at the weapons, the game modes, the maps, everything you could possibly want to know will be here. Also, don't forget to follow the official Upload gamer tag and add us as a friend so you know when all of these videos get uploaded and so you can stay up to date on all the latest and greatest Titanfall news. Thanks again for watching, take it easy, see you later.